The Tao of Self-Confidence, episode 651. Welcome to the Tao of Self-Confidence, where I share stories of amazing women who have discovered their inner journey to self-confidence. Visit our website at thetaoofselfconfidence.com. Your inner journey to self-confidence awaits. Well, hello friend. Welcome to the Tao of Self-Confidence, where I share stories of amazing women who have discovered their inner journey to self-confidence. I'm your host today, Sheena Yap Chan, and today I have a phenomenal lady on the show today. She is an entrepreneur, an international trainer, and a TEDx speaker, and I'm really excited to have her on and share her story with us today on self-confidence. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to Cristine Chen. Cristine, how are you today? Maybe you can fill in a little bit more about yourself to the listeners.
Awesome. Hi, Sheena. Hi, everyone. So my name is Cristine, and I'm an entrepreneur, trainer, and speaker. And for me, my whole thing and my whole mission is about supporting entrepreneurs in achieving their goals using tools in psychology. So I've been a speaker and trainer for technology communities such as Women Techmakers and Google Developers Group. So it's all about raising confidence. It's all about finding what makes their business work.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that. And what's your cultural background?
Okay, so are you ready for this? So it's pretty long. That's actually what my TEDx talk is about. So I identify myself as a third culture kid. So I'm a global citizen. I have lived in different parts of places. Actually, just 2 places home, but I lived in 5 different places. So the Philippines, Taiwan, China, France, and the US. And the culture that I really identified with was Taiwan and the Philippines. And right now, I'm building a new identity here in the US. So as for cultural background, my main ethnicity is Taiwanese.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that. And Cristine, what's your favorite self-confidence quote?
Yes. So I am a Stoic at heart. I love Stoic philosophy, and my favorite quote is by Marcus Aurelius. And the quote says, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength."
Thanks for that great quote. And in your own words, how do you define self-confidence?
Right. So self-confidence is the ability to detach from things you can't control. So it stems from the courage to be yourself.
Thanks for sharing that great definition. I know sometimes it's not always easy to be yourself. Sometimes we're so afraid to show who we truly are, but that's what makes us different and, unique from everyone else. So I really love that definition that you mentioned. And Cristine, what was your life like before your discovery of self-confidence?
Right. So in terms of career, I've always been an independent woman, so I'm sure a lot of your listeners can relate to this. So we're confident, right, in work, in career, in school, and that was me, my identity. I've always been a school nerd, right, and I also do well in business. So career-wise, it's okay, but I was not confident in a very, very big part of my life, which is in relationships. I was always so worried about what others would think about me. I was overly attached of being liked by people. So coming from an Asian background, right, collectivist society, it's all about harmony. It's all about blending in. So I was afraid of being me because I was afraid I'll get rejected by people. So if we were to look at the animal kingdom, I'm definitely a chameleon. I tried to blend in. And for me, that's not self-confident at all. Prior to discovering my self-confidence, like inner and outer confidence, I wasn't really confident when it comes to being me in front of other people.
Thanks for sharing that. And I think that's something we all go through, especially, having an Asian upbringing, right? We're always so afraid of what other people might think of us. And if we, have to be polite and, be a certain way so that people can like us, but we have to realize we have to work on ourselves first. And when we can work on ourselves, then the right people will come to us. So, I think that's something we can all relate to. And what was that point in your life when you realized, you were more than enough to go out there and be who you are today, be yourself, have that confidence to, have the career that you have today? What was that aha moment?
Every breakthrough comes from something tragic. I believe in that. Like when you break, that's when your biggest breakthrough comes out. So for me, what really made me wake up from this fear of not blending in, for that fear of being myself, was when my mom got diagnosed 4th stage cancer. And as her primary caregiver, I was able to witness life and death. So as a millennial, we don't really think about life and death. Something very scary. So facing death, facing the possibility of dying, I know this may sound a bit over, but it's really what woke me up. I realized that life is too short to waste time on things that we can't control. Because at the end of the day, we live for us. And if we don't live out our full potential, we are going to look back after 50, 60 years and be filled with regret. So that was my aha moment when I was taking care of my mom and witnessing people who are at the end of their lives.
Thanks for sharing that. I'm sorry to hear about what happened to your mom, but sometimes these are like a wake up call, because it happened the same. My aunt also passed away about 7 or 8 years ago, and it was a really bad accident, and she didn't even live to reach the age of 60, and it was it was a wake up call to realize life is so short. You never know what's going to happen, and we are here for such a short time. We never know what's going to happen, but we can control how we choose to live our life, right? Have that quality of life that we want, having happiness in our own lives. And yeah, I mean, she was able to do the things that most 20 and 30-year-olds didn't do. And, I'm glad she was able to live life to her fullest. But it is so important to see that, we have to go out there and live our life to thrive, right? And because of this realization, what's your life been like now?
So after living with my mom and going to the hospital and everything like that, I woke up. So during that time, I was running my family business. So again, if you're part of the Asian culture, you might have the experience of your parents telling you to take over a family business or a family endeavor. So during that time, I was doing that. I was doing a tourism business, right? And after that, I was like, no more. It's time to step into my power. Life is just too short. So I quit everything I was doing in Asia and flew here, applied for a master's in psychology. And yeah, that's the path that I'm taking right now. And I'm really, really happy that I took that step. And without that experience of being in the hospital and being challenged that way by the truth that we are all going to die and that life can potentially end, I wouldn't have the courage to fly here. So that was life after discovery.
Thanks for sharing that. And Cristine, to the woman who's listening to your episode, she may be in her own journey to self-confidence. What would be that one tip you would give to her?
My advice to you is what I did for myself, is to surround yourself with people who have the confidence that you want. It's to build a new circle of friends. Now, you may ask, what if I'm in a small town? What if I'm in a country without abundance? So my way of doing that, during that time, I was really isolated in Taipei, and it was just really dark. What I did was I surrounded myself with mental mentors. So what is this? Mental mentors are mentors that you seek online. So you can use YouTube, Quora, Medium. Just make sure to have positivity around you all the time who share the same passions and drive as you. And during this crucial time of building your confidence, of building your truth, remember a very, very important thing, and that is to remove energy vampires, remove toxic people. So yeah, take it day by day. And 2 things again, surround yourself with positive people and remove the energy vampires. You got this.
Thanks for sharing those great tips. And I love how you mentioned, having, the mentors, right? Because sometimes we don't have anyone around us. And that's why, with the power of the internet and technology, we have things such as YouTube, podcasts, books that can help us, build our confidence and go out there and, do the things that we want to do. And I think that's so important, right? To surround yourself with things that you want in your life so that you can attract it. So thanks for sharing that.
To add, your podcast is one of the avenues to do that, right? So if you're building your self-confidence, it's so important to have models to look at. So Sheena, you have a lot of guests on board, and I'm sure like those who are listening can gain inspiration from them as well.
Yeah, totally. So this is, one of the biggest reasons why I created it was to help have that support system for people who feel like they are alone, right? Because we're never alone. And hearing these stories helps us realize that we're all in this together and we can all, walk side by side and get through this. So thanks again. And if our listeners wanted to get to know a little bit more about you and what you do or check out some of your work, is there any links or social media profiles we can connect with?
For sure. So it's CristineChen.com. So I have a newsletter there. You can put your email in and I will share free value and worksheets to you every week. So that's where you can find me. I also post a lot of content on Instagram and Facebook. The same is Cristine Chen.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that. And to our listeners, if you want to connect with Cristine, you can also head on over to thetaoofselfconfidence.com and search for Cristine's name. Her show notes will pop up along with everything else that we talked about. And I really just want to thank Cristine for taking the time to share her story and tips with us on self-confidence. So thank you so much, Cristine.
No problem. It's a pleasure.
Thanks again. It was really an honor to have you on the show. And to our listeners, be on the lookout for another new episode of another amazing woman's journey to self-confidence. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. Thank you for tuning in to another amazing episode of the Tao of Self-Confidence. Get your free self-talk tape for building self-confidence by visiting our website at thetaoofselfconfidence.com. Your inner journey to self-confidence awaits.